You, the one who is listening right now, don't look away. This is not a coincidence. It's not random that you found yourself here on this exact date, September 11th, 2025. The reason you are here is because something has already shifted around you, something you might not see with your eyes, but you can feel it deep in your chest, that unsettling weight, that strange tightness that makes you wonder if you're being watched. You are, and tonight, the truth is closer to you than it has ever been before. For days now, the sky has been restless. Reports of flickering lights, shadows in the distance, and whispers of encounters are spreading across the world. But what nobody knows, what nobody dares to say out loud, is that they are no longer testing random people. They are not hovering over strangers. They are looking directly at you. You have become a point of focus, a line marked on their invisible map. And if you think I'm exaggerating, pay attention to the signs. Last night, when you felt that sudden wave of unease, when your body turned cold even though the room was warm, that was not just your imagination. That was their presence brushing against the edges of your reality. On this day, September 11th, their observation has shifted into something new. They are no longer content with standing in the shadows, simply watching. Tonight, their gaze will press harder, like a weight on your chest, like a pressure in your mind. You may already feel it, subtle, almost ignorable, but it grows stronger the more you resist it. They are curious about your weakness, about your fear, about the way your heart races when you hear the silence in your room grow too heavy. And make no mistake, that silence is not empty. Silence is their language, and you are standing in the middle of their conversation. Think back to the last 24 hours. That dream you couldn't quite remember, the one that woke you suddenly, your body drenched in sweat. Do you really believe that was just your subconscious playing tricks on you? It wasn't. They were there, hovering at the threshold between your waking and sleeping mind, slipping fragments of images into your thoughts, testing how far they could reach without shattering your sanity. And the truth is, you barely noticed. That's what makes you vulnerable. You've always suspected, haven't you, that there was something different about you? A sense that you don't quite belong, that eyes are on you even when you're alone. Tonight, those suspicions solidify into reality. The aliens do not choose at random. They never have. Every person they observe carries something within them. Something hidden. Something powerful. Something that makes them worth the risk of exposure. And you have it. That's why you are here, listening. That's why September 11th, 2025 has become the most dangerous date in your life so far. Even now, as you hear these words, they are calibrating their focus. That ringing in your ears you sometimes dismiss as stress, it isn't stress. It's frequency. They use it to measure your resistance, to test how much energy you can withstand before breaking. And here's the part that should truly disturb you. Tonight, that frequency will intensify. It won't matter if you close your eyes, if you hide under your blankets, if you tell yourself it's all in your head. They don't need your permission to step closer. They never have. By now, you might be thinking, why me? Out of millions of people, why me? But deep down, you already know the answer. There is something inside you that even you don't fully understand. A spark, a current, an energy that has been dormant but alive, waiting for the right moment to awaken. They see it. They feel it. And tonight, on this date, they want to provoke it. That is why you felt drained these past few days. Why small pains in your body seem to appear and vanish without reason. Why your mood shifts so violently without explanation. It's not random. It's the beginning of transformation. But transformations are never gentle. They come with pressure, with breaking points, with shadows creeping into places they don't belong. And you, yes, you are on the edge of yours. Tonight, when you lay in your bed, when the world goes silent and the night deepens, you will not be as alone as you think. They will be there, close enough to touch the edges of your thoughts, close enough to plant questions inside your head that you will mistake as your own. This is not a warning meant to scare you into paralysis. This is a revelation, a truth. The fear you feel right now is exactly what they want to measure. Every shiver running down your spine, every heartbeat thundering in your chest. It's fuel for them, a signal that they are succeeding. But here's the part they don't want you to know. Fear is not the only energy they can harvest from you. There's something else, something stronger, hidden deep within. And while tonight they will press against your fear, tomorrow they may begin to touch that hidden strength. So, as you move through the hours of this day, do not brush off the strange sensations. Do not ignore the flicker of a shadow in the corner of your eye, the sudden drop in temperature, the electric charge that seems to hang in the air. These are not accidents. These are signals. They're drawing nearer, and you are the reason why. You think you're safe because the sun is still up, because the world outside your window looks ordinary. But listen carefully. The moment you woke this morning, the moment you opened your eyes on September 11th, 2025, their presence had already entered the day. They don't need the cover of darkness anymore. They have grown bolder, more precise, and today their reach slides silently into every hour you try to live as if nothing is happening. Maybe you notice already. The way your phone flickered for just a second, the way a familiar sound seemed distorted, almost mechanical. Technology bends under their influence, not because they want to scare you, but because their energy doesn't belong here. Every time they shift their attention closer, the systems around you strain to keep functioning. That static noise you dismissed as a bad signal, that sudden battery drain you thought was nothing? No, those are fingerprints. Subtle but undeniable proof that their touch is already weaving itself into your day. And it is not just the machines that betray their presence. Look at yourself, your body, your mind, your emotions. This morning, when you caught your reflection, did it feel strange? As though for a fraction of a second, the face staring back wasn't fully yours? That is not madness. That is interference. They are bending light, bending perception, testing how far they can go before you collapse under the weight of it. And you, whether you realize it or not, are enduring far more than most. That's why they keep pushing. Right now, as you hear these words, you are sitting in a zone of collision between your ordinary life and the intrusion of something far greater, far colder. But here's the most unsettling part. They are no longer content with observing from a distance. Today, September 11th, marks the first step of engagement. They will not wait for you to come to them. They will come to you in subtle ways, in whispers, in shadows that don't belong. The brush of cold air across your neck when no window is open. The sudden, sharp ache in your chest, gone in a second, but leaving you shaken. The thought that appears in your mind that doesn't sound like your own voice. These are not coincidences. These are them, stretching their reach into your reality. You may try to dismiss it. You may tell yourself, I'm imagining things. I'm tired. I'm stressed. But deep down, in the marrow of your bones, you know the truth. This is not imagination. This is invasion. They are peeling away the thin fabric that separates your mind from theirs. And tonight, that fabric may tear completely. Still, there is a reason they have chosen you. It's not only your fear that interests them. No, fear is just a doorway. What lies beyond that doorway is what they want most. You have felt it in fragments. Moments where your intuition sharpens suddenly. Moments where your body surges with adrenaline stronger than logic could explain. Moments where you sense danger seconds before it appears. That is your hidden energy. That is the frequency they crave. And today, they will press harder to bring it to surface. Think carefully. How many times today have you felt a sudden rush of exhaustion, followed by a wave of energy that came from nowhere? That rhythm, up, down, is not natural. It is them, pulling at your inner current, seeing how much power they can awaken, how much resistance they can break. They are trying to teach you something, though you may not like the lesson. They want to show you that you are not helpless. But in doing so, they will strip away the illusions that keep you comfortable. They will drag you closer to the edge of yourself. And when night falls, when the shadows lengthen and silence thickens, that is when you'll feel the full weight of their gaze. You will lie there, eyes closed, pretending to rest, but you will know the truth. Every creak, every hum, every flicker of the lights will press against your awareness. And in those moments, your fear will spike. Your mind will scream at you to hide, to resist. But remember what I told you. Fear is fuel, but it is not the only force inside you. Beneath that fear, beneath the trembling, there is a surge waiting. They will draw it out of you. They will force it forward, whether you are ready or not. So today is not just another day. Today is a line between observation and invasion, between suspicion and certainty. If you have been waiting for proof, for undeniable evidence that this is real, you won't have to wait much longer. It will come in whispers, in flickers, in shadows that move when nothing should move. And when it happens, when you feel it, remember this moment. You were warned. You were prepared. You knew it was coming. But knowing doesn't make it easier. It only makes it real. Listen closely now, because what I am about to tell you is the part they don't want you to understand. All day long, they have been watching, pressing, interfering, not just to frighten you, but to measure you. And tonight, as the shadows deepen and the quiet grows heavier, they are running their calculations. You are not merely a subject to them anymore. You are an experiment in motion, a vessel whose limits they are probing. And the truth is undeniable. Your energy is rising. Think back to yesterday. On the 10th, you were trembling, confused, unsure if any of this was even real. But today, September 11th, something inside you has shifted. You may not see it clearly, but they do. They sense the current flowing beneath your fear, a current you have tried to suppress all your life. They are feeding it, stoking it, forcing it closer to the surface. Every heartbeat that raced faster than it should have, every breath that caught in your throat, every shiver that crawled down your spine. It was not wasted. It was recorded. It was transformed. Right now, your energy level is not where it was yesterday. Yesterday, you barely scraped the edge of 30%. Tonight, you hover closer to 45, maybe even 50. That might not sound like much, but to them, it is extraordinary. Humans do not shift this quickly. Humans do not awaken this fast. And yet, here you are, caught between terror and awakening, standing in the crossfire of something far bigger than you imagined. They see potential in you, potential that both terrifies and excites them. But with growth comes risk. The more your energy rises, the more unstable you become. They will exploit this instability. Tonight, you may notice sudden bursts of strength. Your mind thinking sharper, your senses alerting you before anything happens. But almost immediately afterward, you will crash, drained as though you run for miles without moving a step. This is the price of awakening. And they will keep pushing, testing how much of that surge you can endure before you break. Here is the part you must remember. They are not just watching your fear anymore. They are provoking it deliberately, forcing your energy to collide with their own. That's why the air feels heavier tonight, why the silence hums louder, why the shadows seem to lean closer. It's not just atmosphere. It's contact. You are brushing against them without even realizing it. And here is what should truly unnerve you. Once your energy climbs past a certain threshold, you'll no longer know which thoughts are yours and which are theirs. Already, today, you may have caught yourself thinking things that felt foreign, ideas that slipped into your head, cold and sharp, carrying a weight that didn't belong to you. That will only grow stronger. The line between your voice and theirs will blur. That is how they prepare you, by loosening your grip on yourself. But do not mistake this as a loss. Buried inside that blurring is a gift, though one wrapped in terror. Because with every passing hour, your fear is not just draining you, it is fueling you. You are learning, without even realizing it, how to harness what most people never touch in their lifetime. This is the hidden current they wanted. This is why they chose you. And tonight, they will press harder than ever before, not just to see your breaking point, but to force the next stage of your evolution. Still, there is danger. If you falter, if you let the panic swallow you whole, they will not hesitate. They will push you over the edge. And if that happens, the person who wakes up tomorrow will not be the same. You might still look like yourself, but inside, a part of you will belong to them. That is the risk of this awakening. It can make you powerful, or it can make you theirs. So tonight, when you lie down in that fragile quiet, remember this. Every flicker of shadow, every shift in the air, every voice that feels like it doesn't belong to you is a test. They want you afraid, but they also want you awake. The question is whether you can endure both at once. And tomorrow will not be kinder. September 12th, 2025 will bring a new threshold. If tonight your energy rises past the point they expect, they will not hold back. They will come closer, more direct, more invasive. You'll feel them not just around you, but inside you, pulsing through your thoughts, guiding your movements, bending your reality. And when that happens, the choice will no longer be whether you believe in them. The choice will be whether you survive them. So breathe if you can. Hold on if you dare. The night is long, but will not last forever. The real test begins tomorrow, and you will not be ready for what waits.